Schwarzenegger. And I just want to put in my 2 cents. That was mighty fine picking by Bela and the Flecktones and the Earl medley. I can just say, pick it, Earl.
See how they do this.
Pick it, Bela, honoring Earl. We sure appreciate that. We would like to welcome to the stage John Kelly of Music Quip and the winner of the 2012 Doc Watson Guitar Contest here at Merlefest. Young man from Sherrills Ford, North Carolina. Please welcome Ben Cockman, the winner, along with John Kelly of Music Quip. So here's John, who's going to make the presentation.
Thank you, Pete. I just want to say it's a real honor for Music Whip and Boucher Guitars to be sponsoring the 25th Merlefest. We've been a sponsor here for 3 years, and it's always a pleasure. You can find out more about what we do at musicquip.com or come see us in the expo tent. Right now it's a real pleasure for me to present this Boucher Genuine Series Indian Goose Adirondack Top Rosewood Dreadnought Acoustic Guitar to Ben, the winner of this year's Doc Watson Flat Picking Contest. Congratulations, Ben.
I just want to say I've been playing this guitar backstage, and it is a wonderful guitar, and I'm looking forward to playing for you folks tonight. Thank you.
And he'll be on in just a minute or two. That's a Boucher guitar valued at $4,000. So we'd like to thank and congratulate Ben Cockman, and thanks to Music Quip for making it available. Also, thank you to all of the guitar contest sponsors, the G7th, the Capo Company, and Jackson's Music, and John Pierce Strings. Let's hear it for all of those folks making possible one of the top guitar contests anywhere, right here at Merlefest. And now, the Banjo Contest presentation. We would like to welcome on stage Janet and Greg Deering of Deering Banjo Company of Spring Valley, California, and the winner of the Banjo Contest. And this guy, I heard him already because I helped judge him to be a winner, and there was great competition as always, but this guy can really pick. He's from Johnson City, Tennessee. Please welcome Brandon Green and Greg and Janet Deering to make the presentation.
Hi, we're really honored to be here from Deering Banjo Company to be a part of the Banjo Contest. We've been sponsoring the contest. Pete and I put it together in 1995, about 17 years ago. And we watched Merlefest grow and the contest grow, and it's been a wonderful experience to be a part of it. We're very pleased and privileged to be here for the 25th anniversary. And we've got a beautiful Eagle banjo here. It's valued at $2,400. It's got our new 2010 tone ring in it. And we're very pleased to be able to present it to such a great player as Brandon Green. Congratulations, Brandon.
I'd just like to say it's great to meet you both, Greg and Janet. I'm sorry. I had a Deering good time at one time, and this is quite an upgrade from that, so I sure appreciate that, both of you.
No? Okay. I was going to ask Greg. Greg's a very prolific maker of banjos. I don't think there's anybody in the history of the planet who's had his hands on more banjos that he's manufactured. He's been in this business over 30 years, and he makes them from the inexpensive kinds all the way up to the really super deluxe kinds that you'll have to probably sell all the gold fillings in your teeth to afford. But the banjo that they have just presented to Brandon is a top-of-the-line banjo that doesn't happen to cost an arm and a leg, the Eagle banjo, and I'm sure you would enjoy checking out some samples at the music tent of both the Deering banjos and the Boucher guitars. That's why they do the sponsoring. They want people to know about their product. And we're very happy to have Greg and Janet here, the people who really are the most active really anywhere and consistently for 3 decades bringing great banjos to the world. And we'd also like to thank the other sponsors of the contest, G7th, the Capo Company, John Pierce Strings, and Jackson's Music and Sea Park Music. Let's hear it for them. Come on, give them a hand, all those people. It was possible the banjo contest. So it was 17 years ago, as Janet said, that we were asked to put together a banjo contest. And I, myself, having been in banjo contests as a youth, was into seeing more than just how fast everybody could play and how much they had memorized, but how some other aspects of musicianship. So we added to the contest in the finals the opportunity to hear how a player would do when trying to play backup and breaks to a song with a singer they were just acquainted with, and then without hardly any chance to practice, get up there, and part of the final is listening to how the players do in this situation. And in the banjo contest that I was there for, they all did well, but Brandon took the cake on that one. So we're going to bring out Brandon and Ben. And would you like to hear them play together on their instruments? I would, so let's get them out here, sit in these chairs, and after they play a little bit, if we have some time, we'll talk to them a little bit. But what's the first tune you guys got picked out? Okay, Brandon's going to do a banjo solo first, and then Ben, I suppose, will play one on the guitar. Cheryl's Ford, North Carolina. Beautiful work, both of you guys. That's the last thing I expected, that you both play like sensitive music. Contests are supposed to have usually 85,000 notes per minute or so, but you also did a real nice favor to both of the manufacturers, because you made both of those instruments sound like vintage instruments. But these are brand new instruments, brand new. In the right hands, of course, they sound great. And imagine how much greater they'll sound as they slowly, over the years, become vintage instruments. I think it's about time to let these guys play one together. See if one can follow the other and maybe play the same chords at the same time. Let's see what happens here. What tune do you have picked out? Ground Speed, an Earl Scruggs tune. Take it away, fellas. Don't get on the same seesaw is all I got to tell you two guys. Go ahead, say something, Grant.
I've never met this guy before, but I actually listened to his CD on the way over here, not knowing that I would meet him in person tonight.
Oh, that's great.
That's one of the great things about bluegrass festivals. You know, I went to the very first one in 1965, and there's a lot of the great bluegrass players that hardly ever saw each other because there was no festivals. But now, a lot of people get to see a lot of other people, a lot of mixing up different styles, and a lot of great times off stage, on stage, and I just want to get a chance to talk to each of these guys. You know, we're trying to keep this 25 minutes right in the middle of the Friday night program really interesting, and as it turns out, Madonna and Arnold couldn't come, and neither could the June Taylor dancers that we were hoping would show up. And but we're hoping for Beyonce and Justin Timberlake, so stand by. We're hoping they're going to show up. But I had a couple of questions I'd like to ask each of these guys, and we'll start with Ben. Ben, how old were you when you started to play?
I was 8 years old.
8 years old. And how long ago was that? How old are you?
I am 30. That would be 22 years.
And you were living in Cheryl's Ford at the time? You grew up there?
Yes. Yep.
And what got you started? What made you want to play the guitar?
Well, my family always sang in church, and we started playing the bluegrass music, and my first influence was actually the guy that's going to come up on stage, Sam Bush. He encouraged me to play the mandolin and just approach music with such vigor. And I took that, started playing guitar when I was about 13, but I got to say Sam Bush is my biggest influence.
All right. Now on the guitar, what was the first lick that you really wanted to learn? What was the first one that when you got it, you were
There's this thing
on top?
Tony Rice would do. I worked on it. It went. It was somewhere in there. I had to learn it. Everybody could do it.
Well, let's hear it a little smoothed out once you learned it. Yeah, I know that lick. I can do that.
While we're talking about people, I mean, didn't our opening act do great? Bela Fleck, he was just wonderful. We really appreciate that.
Well, you know, Charles Dickens wrote, he was paid by the word, and there are perhaps some musicians that get paid by the note, and think of how rich some of you guys could get if you can work out that arrangement with somebody. Now, Brandon, I'm going to ask you a similar set of questions. This is Brandon Green from Johnson City, Tennessee. Is that where you grew up?
No, I grew up in southern West Virginia, in the Beckley area.
All right. And then you moved to Johnson City for?
To teach in the bluegrass program there at ETSU.
East Tennessee State University, where you can get a bachelor's degree, a 4-year degree in bluegrass. Imagine that. And how old were you when you started?
I was about 10 years old when I finally got started. My grandpa was trying to teach my brother banjo. She's a drummer now, so.
Well, banjos and drums are the same thing, except the drum doesn't even have any strings on it.
That's right.
But otherwise, it's the same. So you now are about what age?
I'm 27.
27. So you've been playing 17 years. You started playing the same year as we started the festival contest here. And what was your original inspiration to play?
My grandpa, Sid Hatfield, which is around here somewhere.
You right here, boy.
Watching him play in church, that was my biggest inspiration. Thanks, Papa.
Well, all right. And what was the first lick that you really wanted to learn and that you practiced until you could get it?
Well, he wouldn't really show me a lick until I learned
The banjo roll.
and then my first lick was.
Yeah, what else? That sounds like Cripple Creek. Well, I don't know what you guys want to play next, but Cripple Creek would be kind of cool if you wanted to. I don't know if you want to play 1 minute of Cripple Creek and then tune of your choice, but Cripple Creek is what a lot of people learn first, and it's a good place to get started with some of the easier sounding melodies. It's not easy to play, but from there you branch out. So let's let our two winners, Brandon Green and Ben Cockman, have at it. Pick it solid, fellas.